I ended up with a degree in print journalism, and one of the rules that I remember in my classes at Howard University, professor told us that everything is a story. Okay, so if you're paying attention, everybody has a story, every day there's a story, every neighborhood has a story. There's so many stories available, but the thing is, which stories are you most interested in? Those are the ones that you're going to tell a good novel about. So I'm always on. I'm always looking at ideas. I'm always thinking about things. I'm a writer all day long. And so information is the key. A lot of people understand that if you don't have information, you can't write a book. I am a storehouse, a library of information. I retain stuff. That's why they call us sponges. I suck up stuff, and I got all the stuff I can give back out. But I always start my books with titles, ideas. What is the idea for this book so I can stick to what I'm doing? And so the book I'm working on right now is called The Sneaker Kings. Why? Because I have a 17-year-old son who got some birthday money, and he took me to a sneaker convention. In fact, I was supposed to drop him off, and I go in there and I see teenagers who are trading and selling shoes and buying shoes, old shoes, but if sometimes a kid get a shoe that the other kid doesn't have, or they go to another city and pick up a shoe that the other city doesn't sell, and so then they have secondary shoes that they're selling at these conventions, and they're making hundreds of dollars in this thing. And so I looked at that and said, wow, that's amazing. It's an entire underground world. And so I came up with an idea to write that as a vehicle for Justin Bieber, who everyone knows he's trying to be I guess you can call him an urban kid now, you know what I mean? Canadian boy trying to be an urban kid. And so you come up with ideas that are going to fit certain vehicles that you're interested in, that sparks a plug, then you do research on it, and you go ahead and put the story together. And so I never have what they call writer's block because ideas are infinite. You just have to have the passion and the information to want to write them ideas. But if you don't have information, you can't be a writer. It's not going to happen. And so I get disrespected a lot because people think you're just creating stuff. You're not really creating anything. You're recreating. And so if you don't have any information, you won't have any information to write or give. And so people that write books are highly intelligent, and I'm speaking for those individuals because to fill up 400 pages of nothing with something and do that over and over and over and over again is incredible. And so if you look at somebody like Stephen King, this dude is oozing with information. The dude is incredible, out of his mind with almost all the content he's written. In fact, I saw the movie Carrie over the weekend, which is a classic they brought back out. It was nothing like the original. But yeah, the process of writing books, it starts with information first. If you have the information, if you're not afraid to put it down, then you have to have the technical skill to write it. And I have a degree in print journalism, so I have the technical skill to write it. And so I'm going to keep doing that until I'm no more. Storyteller. That's what I am. That's what I do. As soon as you finish the book, you need to read it. You got to have aunts, uncles. You're not finished yet. Somebody else has to look at it because you've been the only one that looked at it. So you get people that, oh, I don't want people to see it. If you're going to publish this book, they're going to see it eventually. And so I'm always getting test readers, people that read it for fun, people that can critique it, make me make it better, or challenge me so I can defend my book. And so I'm very into defending everything in that book to make sure I did something that can hold water. You know what I mean? Can hold up. And so I'm always after get another reader, get an editor, get another person that's a conscious mind to read this material. So you're not finished until you get people to read your content. Then you know, okay, I got something that's rock solid. Then you start talking about it, marketing, promoting it so you can sell it if you want to publish it. That's what publish means, to make it available to the public. So you got to talk about it. All that shy stuff goes out the window unless you're going to hire a friend that got a big mouth that's going to promote your book. And so that's how I learned to be a big mouth person myself. I'm really an introvert. Nobody believes me now because when I'm on, when this camera says the red light is on, I'm off and I'm going because I have something to sell. And so I've been that way for the past, since I was 20, 22, when I first started selling books, 22 years now, I've been a salesperson because you have to do that if you're going to sell your work. Otherwise, you're going to be paying money for somebody else to do it because not a lot of people are going to talk about your book for free unless it's that hot of a book. Now, you got a hot book like the Harry Potter series, that white woman didn't have to do much talking at all. The book was doing all the talking. I knew another woman by the name of Zane who's been writing black erotica for years. Her books did all the talking. We didn't even know who Zane was for like 4 and 5 years because her books were so loaded with sex. People were like, oh my God, did you read this Zane book? And so she didn't even have to do interviews and whatnot. The people would know that the books are loaded with sex because of her name, and she'd had that name branded for years. So sometimes you can get away with doing all the marketing, promoting, But dude, your book got to be off the chain for that to happen. Otherwise, you got to go ahead and learn how to talk and market and promote your work so people can know it and get it.